Scott.
Truman.
How are you doing, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent.
getting ready for Thanksgiving next week. I guess this is kind of our last episode until Thanksgiving. I guess we'll be recording the next one on Black Friday,
True. So, I didn't even think about that. So we're going to miss all of the Thursday. We're going to miss all the Thanksgiving games. Are we going to do a special episode for the Thanksgiving trio?
Could do a little bonus Steehn vs. Machine content. Just about right.
What I'm saying.
Yeah. I was about to say we're just at about 1,000 views on the channel, so I'm ready to do a little give back, do a few giveaways, maybe a little bonus episodes here and there, a little bonus content.
Sure, why not?
I'd be down for a little Thanksgiving special, Steehn vs. Machine, a little 3v3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
how's your week been?
Good. I think you've got to see most of it. Of course, people can tell that my scene's shifted a bit. I just traveling, visit. I work from home, so I can kind of work from wherever. What if I just take my computer? So I took my computer and visit my family, and it's been a good time. Besides, mom's shifting everything in the background, moving, cleaning carpets. So she underwent the carpet and furniture moving project as if there was just no consideration of you doing a show whatsoever. I know it's like she thinks the Twitch stream isn't as important as carpet cleaning. I don't.
Well, and of course, we're going to do it side by side, but you've got your tower and everything that you're not exactly flexible as far as that goes. So
we could consider future sets for the Thanksgiving special or whatever. We figure it out instead of trying to plan it 30 minutes right before. Like, we should.
But right now, you're actually in the other room. You're about 10 feet away from me.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I could run in there and bust in. Yeah, break the.
Hey, let's talk some football.
Yes. Oh. So we've been gone 2 weeks. We missed last week's episode. Because I was traveling, because I was coming here.
Right.
So, again, I'd like to remind everybody, if you're always looking for picks when we don't do Steehn vs. Machine, even when we don't do the Steehn vs. Machine episodes, I still post my picks on my social medias. If you're friends with me on Facebook, don't add me on Facebook if you don't know me. But you're certainly welcome to follow my Twitter, at Steehn Machine. I posted the picks there. One correction on my tweet is I did post that I posted the Steelers pick twice. My other pick was the Lions. It ended up pushing. So, so let's talk about those last week's picks. Taking a look at last week's picks, I had the Steelers minus 6.5 versus Cincinnati. I had the Panthers money line, which I'll be honest, when I had laid that out, I did it in a bit of a rush, but in real life, I didn't actually bet the Panthers game, but I wanted to. But sometimes you got to get to 5 picks, and the spreadsheet actually had only gave me 4. Had only given me 4. So I wanted to make sure that I got all those picks out. So I did have this Panthers money line that did not hit. Steelers minus 6.5 did hit. I had the Giants money line. That's a big cash at plus 196 over Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the Raiders minus 3 at minus 110, and I had the Lions minus 3 at minus 110. That was the one that didn't end up on the tweet. But it was a push anyways. They just about blew it, but ended up pulling it out. And of course, you also had the Browns minus. Oh no, I didn't have the Browns minus 4. Sorry, you had the Browns minus 4.
Horrible beat. Horrible beat.
Horrible beat.
Chubb stepped out of bounds at the 1 yard line before doing the touchdown there, and they also had the Browns under, which that was my. That was my lock 5-star play of the week, probably of the year, because of the terrible weather there. Until the Monday night game when I
oh my gosh
when I had another 5-star lock of the year on the under. So
right.
The weather was a big factor as that front just rolled across. It started in the upper Midwest, and by Monday night it had rolled into New England. So
right, yeah, because it pushed the Cleveland game. They started a half hour late.
Yeah,
and then, by just like you said, by Sunday was that Monday night or Sunday night?
Was that the Sunday night game?
No, I think you're right. I think that was no, because Monday night was Green Bay Vikings.
You're right.
So it was the Sunday
on Monday night. So that was the Sunday night game. Yeah,
which would be exactly correct. So it rolled from Cleveland over to New England in in the time took from
about 8 hours, and boy, did it take its toll there in the second half. So
right. So you had the Cleveland -4. Wait, I had written down Cleveland Houston over, but I think I incorrectly copied that.
well, you certainly did if that's how you wrote it down, because that
Yes.
was an underplay all day, man. That
Sorry.
was
Yes, you had the under 45 and a half. I'll just leave it there. It's fine. That hit, of course. That game was 10-7, and you would have hit the Browns if Chubb would have ran. You would have still hit both of them if Chubb would have ran it in, because it would have pushed that total all the way up to 24.
yeah. I think it was 3-0 at halftime.
It was a terrible game.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, and then we had
Raiders -3.
-3.
It's
I
pretty
don't know
easy.
why I'm having a hard time with this. I don't know why the print is smaller. Read those last two to me.
Seattle. So you had Seattle versus Los Angeles over 54 and a half. That hit. I think they ended up.
That did not hit. That was 30 at halftime and did not hit.
Did I get confused? Oh, was that? That was the one you didn't hit. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. That one did not hit.
Yep, should have hit it, but it did not.
Sorry. I know you went 3-2. So you hit the Raiders, you hit Cleveland, Houston, and you hit Baltimore, New England. You did not hit Seattle, and you did not hit on the Browns -4.
Right. So 3-2 week.
3-2 week for you, not bad. Well, +80 action. I was 3-1-1. The previous week you were 4-1, and which sucks. Of course, on the one that we missed the recap on,
Right.
and I want to get these numbers right. I had them written down. You were 4-1. You were +325, which an amazing week. And I had gone 2-3, and I was -125. So of course that was the show that we did not air live.
Right.
Totally unrelated, I'm sure. So totaling up over those last 2 weeks. So I'll put the last week record up again. You were 3-2 +80. Last week I was 3-1-1 +296. But overall for those 2 weeks, for the last 2 weeks, cover them. You went 7-3, and we're +405, which is a great 2 weeks.
I'll take it.
I was 5-4-1 at +171, which I'll take. Personally, I made about $100 gambling last weekend, so
Yep.
I was great because I didn't actually bet that. I didn't bet the one that I lost. I didn't actually bet that because I realized that McCaffrey wasn't playing right before.
Well, that's the key right there, Truman. Only bet the ones you're going to win. If people say, "What's the one gambling tip you would give me?" That's the one. That's the one sports betting tip I would impart.
If you're ever
my
going
years of collected wisdom, only bet the games that you're going to win.
right, if you're going to take my picks, only take the picks that are going to win. That's
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I try to put that disclaimer on my site. They wouldn't let me.
When you get Truman's picks and you think to yourself, "Well, that's a shitty pick," well, then don't take it because it's probably a loser.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We
blame.
always encourage independent thought. Don't blind loyalty isn't loyalty. It's ignorance.
Wow.
Well, I think that's a quote of somewhere.
Somebody got their placemat of the day.
And of course, always, if you're worried that because we haven't put out this video again, check my Twitter. I normally put the picks out there, or check if you're looking for my picks. Even though as we look at the season records here, Scott's are obviously better. But don't get me wrong, you could also go check out Scott's picks. Me and Scott both post our picks independently. I post mine on rollingwiththemachine.com, and you post them you do videos over there at winnersandwhiners.com.
I do over there on the YouTube channel at Winners and Whiners. So
yeah, so there's
check that out.
If you ever miss this video, you miss the stream, certainly always go and check out our independent sites. There's always
and it's a great community over there. We usually get 30, 40 comments per video, guys putting their own plays out there. So there's always a lot of good cappers on there throwing up their picks as well. So
yeah, I've got a few favorite commenters over there in that section. It's always great.
So what's my overall record, Truman?
Overall, you are now at 28-21-1 at +496.
Okay.
Again, nothing to scoff at there. I am up to or down to around to 22-26-2. I'm at -315. So when I left, I was in a worse spot. When we last filmed this, I was almost back up to 500, and then I went 1-4, and was back down to like -400 or so, and now I'm back up to plus. I think I was +171 over these 2 weeks, so I'm back up to -316. So. Again, nothing to complain about here for me.
Outstanding, yeah.
I've gone positive more weeks than I've gone negative. I've haven't had, I finally hit my big positive week, but of course it was after 2 negative weeks. So,
Right.
I'm always within shooting distance.
Just digging out of the hole. Yeah, which is the season is a long way from over. Just gonna
Right.
keep my head down and keep grinding, son.
And I always like to claim that the spreadsheet does get better as we go throughout the year. And last week's a good example. Didn't lose a personal bet that I bet. So
Right.
and I won my pick'em league, and I got everything. I hit my noon parlay. That's something I post over on the. I normally post on the Twitter at CG Sports RWTM. That's my gambling only Twitter. If you don't want to sit through my dumb jokes or sports or sometimes politics stuff,
Inside jokes with your friends that no one understands.
exactly. Yeah, those jokes. Yeah, somebody photoshopped me onto Rudy Giuliani yesterday. There's a whole thing.
Well, that's so funny though.
Yeah, that was funny. But if you want to avoid that and just get the gambling content, you can follow that Twitter where I do post my noon parlay, and I hit it last week. It cashed at plus 600, so that was pretty
Very
great. So let's get into this next week's picks, huh?
Right.
Of course, it looks like losers walk again. I mean, losers walk, and you missed your winners week, so I guess you're going first, huh?
What did you go last week? Oh, 3-1-1. Okay.
3-1-1. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the bet so nice I made it twice, Truman. We've got weather in Cleveland again for this one as they square off against the Eagles. 47.5 is the total. That seems way too high for me. I've got the under 47.5 in this one. It's the Browns are going to be without Myles Garrett. Of course, that is going to be a bit of a problem there on the pass rush side. But I think that the running game of Cleveland is going to stay on the field a lot of the day. I do have a little bit of a banged up offensive line for Cleveland. I don't think it matters against this kind of sketchy Eagles defense. I just think there's going to be a lot of running clock in this game. I like the under 47.5.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Obviously, you bet on the Cleveland under last week against probably a better offense in Houston. Again, another subpar offense gets to come in there to Cleveland and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'll match you. I've got a pick for that game. It's not on the total, but I did have the Browns -3 in that game.
I had that pick on the we do the every game breakdown as well. So
yeah, and again, there's a few factors working here. Again, this is all the spreadsheet. I always listen to the spreadsheet. That's what you get. You get from the machine. But a few other things that there's only been 2 road wins from the entire NFC East this year. So I always have peace of mind when I see myself betting against a NFC East team on the road.
Well, I know one of them was Philadelphia in Dallas.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out if both of them were playing other NFC East teams.
I'm trying to. I think the Giants got the other one, and it might have been.
Were they in Washington last week? Oh no, that was Washington played the Skins, right? Or is that this week?
Yes, it was the Giants 2 weeks ago when they played Washington.
The 22-21 game, wasn't it? I think
23-20. Yeah.
23-20.
Yeah, Alex Smith threw 2 picks with the chance to go down there and drive the field to win the game. He threw 2 interceptions back to back.
Very good.
So both those road wins happened within the conference. So
obviously, I like that pick quite a bit. So my next one is going to be on the Bengals and those very same the Washington football team. This is going to be at Washington Football City. It's going to be a home game there. 46.5 is the number. I'm playing the over here, Truman. This is a Bengals team that is absolutely dreadful at stopping the run. Washington doesn't have the best running attack, but they will tonight. They will on Sunday. I think that they're able to run the ball. And you know how it is with Alex Smith. If you can have a good running game, take the pressure off of him, give him an ample opportunity to drop back and not have everybody have their ears pinned back on the pass rush. He is at his best. He's thrown for over 300 yards the last 2 weeks. Wouldn't be surprised to see that happen again, but I think this is a game where both squads are able to put points on the board. Washington defense, they excel at the pass rush, but if Burrow's able to escape laterally and keep a clean pocket, they should be able to gash this Washington defense for quite a few points. Give me the over 46.5 in the Bengals Washington football team game.
That's an interesting one, and I know you do your research, so I've got to trust you here. Just based on gut reactions. I don't love counting on either of those offenses to put up consistent points unless they're in some shootout against each other. So, but Alex Smith just gets more comfortable in that offense, and Joe Burrow has had a fairly consistent weeks where but it's been a lot of garbage time points. So I think that's
There could be garbage time points. They're also probably not. The Bengals are probably not going to run the ball too much.
right.
I think there's going to be either completions for a fair amount of yards or incomplete passes stopping the clock. So yeah,
They do live and die by the Burrow. Um,
correct.
uh, Moving on to my second pick, I have the Chargers minus 9.5. They have the New York Jets at home. They're coming in, so I love it.
New York decided they didn't need any more cornerbacks. One of them's out for the season. They got rid of Jasir. So I don't know what they're going to do with the cornerback position.
Oh man, and the Chargers have broke my heart. I think the last 2 or 3 times I've picked them, they went through a really bad stretch there the last couple weeks, and don't expect that to change. I fully expect somehow they'll find a way to go up and score a touchdown and miss the extra point and only win by 9 and break my heart. I'm ready for it. I understand.
It'd be a very Chargers thing to do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't mind that pick at all. That's also the way that I went on the Pick'em show.
Great.
Very good. I think Herbert's the real deal. I think he's just going to pick apart the Jets secondary or what's left of it. It could be ugly. Plus on the offensive side, the Jets have their receivers back. Everybody's finally healthy, but that's going to be Flacco most likely, and you've also got Bosa and Melvin Ingram the third, both healthy for the Chargers. And I think whoever that's going to be back there, Flacco or Darnold, is going to feel the heat all day long. So yeah, I like that pick. That's good.
Yeah.
Solid. That's solid as a rock right there.
Moving on, I think we've got matching third picks here.
I've got the Vikings -7 against the Cowboys.
Well, that wasn't what I had as our third picks, but I do also have the Vikings -7 at -110.
Okay, all right.
Again, another NFC East team on the road.
Yeah, this is. I'm just fading the hell out of just this dreadful Dallas defense. 31st in rushing yards allowed, 30th in yards per carry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the Vikings want to do? They're just gonna run it down your throat all day long. They don't have the best defense. They do get Andy Dalton back, so yay, cool. I guess.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's
better than any of the.
He's better than the 3 high school seniors they trotted out.
Right. Better than
plays, but
better than me out there at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. I think Jerry Jones would call me, but I told him I was busy this weekend. So.
Yeah, he is. I'm on the road this week. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, I was visiting family.
So yeah, I think the Vikings take care of business there. I'll take the Minnesota Vikings -7 over the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Yeah.
Oh, did I miss one? I did miss one. I see the one I missed now. Sorry.
No, we can go back and get it. Again, I'm with you on the Vikings. I think this Vikings team is surging. Evidenced by knocking off the Bears last week. They've strung together a few victories here in a row. If Dalvin Cook can stay healthy, I think this team can keep on rolling. I think they've got a defense that's built to shut down a lot of teams. And in the other way, Dallas is somehow going to hope that Andy Dalton comes in and fixes all their problems.
Yeah.
Oh, and this Dallas team has been awful since Dak Prescott's been out. Man, I was thinking, I was like, man, how'd they ever win 2 games? And then somebody told me, they're like, they're like, hey, you remember they had Dak Prescott? I was like, oh, that's how they won 2 games. I forgot. You're right.
Well, and the other problem is Zeke really hasn't stepped up.
No, not at
all. He hasn't looked great. He's kind of looked like he's checked out as well when Dak Prescott went out. So, yeah, I just don't know where the offense comes from with this Cowboys team. And I know where the defense comes from, and that's hell. It's awful, and Vikings should have their way with them.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
How about Dolphins -3.5 at the Mile High City? Can I interest you in some Fins at this point, Truman? 45 is total there.
Well, and I did check it right before, and I had Dolphins. I had Dolphins at -4. at minus 110.
Mm-hmm.
I still like them up there in Denver. The difference is pushing there from going from 3.5 to 4. Is if they win by 4, you're going to push instead of win.
Well, it is 3.5 as we speak right now.
Alrighty. Well, I'll do a quick little change. I'll change it here.
Give
Uh,
yourself if it's 3.5 when we're talking, then
yep.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think,
No, if
I
you've
think
got
we're
it,
good.
if you've got it.
I'm a believer. I'll tell you what I am a believer in is this Dolphins defense. They
Yeah.
have really come out of nowhere. They got Jordan back in the defensive backfield, and that's really made all the difference for them. It's a team on a mission. They have played well defensively, and the Broncos really don't do much right. I think the league has adjusted to Drew Lock. He has not done a great job of adjusting back yet, and I think they own this Denver team in this one. I'm done not believing in the Dolphins. I've been skeptical of them the entire season.
Mhm.
I think they're one of the better teams. I still think they're the best team in the East. Give me the Dolphins minus 3.5.
Yeah. This Denver team is not getting the job done right now. Denver keeps on questioning whether or not Drew Lock is the guy. I think he's got about 6 weeks to prove it, and he keeps on proving them that he might not be the guy. He might be a second round quarterback who never did a whole lot at Mizzou.
Well, this is the well, he did a fair amount at Mizzou. I
He
mean,
played
he
all.
led
He
he,
played
he led the NCAA in touchdown passes his junior year. So I mean, he
Yeah,
wasn't.
but regressed senior year.
Well, they got rid of Josh Heupel and brought in uh, no, whatever his name is, the two to run the more pro style offense. So you knew his numbers were going to go down. But yeah, point taken. I was
Yeah,
never a Drew Lock fan from the. I mean, he was a
he's not.
fine college quarterback. I just didn't think he made the type of progress
Yeah.
that was going to lead to success in the NFL. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think we both agree on this one. Denver struggles to get anything going offensively against this tough Dolphins defense, and
Yeah. Credit Brian Flores for you know whipping up this team, and Dolphins kind of
yeah,
shocking everybody right now.
get ready for some Dolphins dominance because they got a ton of draft picks coming up in this draft too, and
And
they're only going to get better.
yeah, true.
So yeah, very good. And what do you? That's so you had that one as well.
Right. So that's 4 for us. So I need
Mhm.
your final one.
Chiefs -8 at the Raiders. Andy Reid off a bye. Enough said. 18-3 is Coach Reid off a bye, and for some reason, Chiefs have faced the Raiders a lot lately, coming off a bye. In fact, 3 of the last 4 years, the Chiefs have faced the Raiders off a bye. They've won each one of them by at least 7 and averaged 18 points margin of victory.
Jesus.
This is a team that gets mad Raiders week coming off that bye, and now we've got Busgate added to the drama. I like the Chiefs early, often, and big right here. Give me Kansas City -8.
Well, and of course, not to mention that the Raiders did have to place about half their defense on COVID reserve.
Correct. They haven't been able to practice this week. They should be good to go on Sunday, but they did miss a week of practice getting ready for the best offense in the National Football League. That can only hurt. This number has gone up to reflect the covidity of the Raiders. It was 7
7. Yeah.
and has now gone up to 8 or 8.5 in most spots.
Which
So
is a fairly significant shift.
it
Shifting off that
is
7.
anytime you can push it off a 7, that's a big shift. If
Right.
you want to play this game, you might keep an eye out. You might hold off on your bets. Normally, I would advise making most bets as early as possible because we're probably going to be in front of a line move. At this one, I think we've got the line move peaked at the wrong point. If when that defense comes back and they're able to start those guys, I think it may come down to 7.5, perhaps even 7. But I think we're going to be below 8.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the pick. I think the Chiefs are going to come out mad, especially again, you kind of said it with your first statement there, Andy Reid after a bye week. That is enough said.
The only thing I would worry about if I were anyone listening to me is I have been terrible predicting what the Chiefs do this season. I don't think I've predicted the Chiefs game correctly. Maybe once.
Oddly enough, the spreadsheet hasn't picked for or against the Chiefs all year. So, like that makes sense, you know. So while they're not, because they're not they don't have anything to prove. So I think that's a lot of it is they don't care what the national media thinks of them winning by 3 over or 2 over Carolina. They don't care.
No.
And and NFL teams generally really don't care about that stuff. But like when Mahomes won the MVP, they seem to be running up a few of the scores or proving what their offense could do a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't think they have much to prove. So I think that's been a lot of wonky stuff on the spreadsheet. I just don't think the Chiefs go out there and put up the
Yeah,
stats that reflect how good they are
I
because they
believe
don't
they've
need
won
to.
what, 19 of their last 21, 18 of their last 20, something like
They're
that.
they're they're they were seven. They've lost one game in the last 365 days.
Well, there you go.
They were yeah they before that before that Raiders game their last loss was against the Tennessee Titans and that was like November
Great.
I think 10th last year.
Yeah, correct.
Of
So,
course, I
all right,
can
what do you got for
remember
your
that
last
off the
pick?
top of my head, but nothing. A lot of school knowledge. Just I can remember the last time the Chiefs lost last year to the exact day.
Right?
Uh, that my fifth and final pick is the Steelers -10 and I had that at -115 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars are traveling to Pittsburgh. Uh, man, this
No,
Jacksonville's
that is
no.
incorrect.
Oh no. Oh, sorry. I've got it at Jacksonville. I read it. I wrote it down. I read it wrong. They are traveling to Jacksonville. We continue to see. Gardner Minshew isn't throwing. Continue to see Jake Luton in just a Jags team that's just not getting it done lately. And the Steelers team that's kind of hitting on all cylinders and really has been covering the spread quite a lot. We've quite often a lot of picks every week have featured the Steelers, and really they have not let me down that much. I would like to. I don't have their season stats against the spread, but if I remember correctly, they are doing pretty well, especially here lately. You're furrowing your brow.
I had 6 picks. I had the Steelers also as one of our picks.
Oh,
So
that's fair. Would you like to add anything on the Steelers?
no, I think that's a solid pick. It's a Gardner Minshew's been practicing this week. He was been limited, so I don't know. We may see him. I don't care. I actually Luton was actually kind of giving him a little bit of a spark as they
Right.
played Green Bay tough last week, but this is a different kind of defense with this Steelers team, and I think they should be able to have their way with them and pull away late.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
So,
I like it.
but it is probably my sixth pick. So yeah, I like the order that I have.
It is what it is. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that'll do my five, and you've got your five, and plus a little extra bonus from you. Just to
Right.
recap, you've got Philadelphia, Cleveland under 47.5 at -110. Cincinnati, Washington over 46.5 at -110. Dolphins -3.5 at -110. Vikings, excuse me, -7 at -110. Chiefs -8 at -110 is your fifth pick. For me to round for my five, I have the Browns -3 at -104. Chargers -9.5 at -110. Dolphins -3.5 at -110. Steelers -10 at -115, and the Vikings -7 at -110.
There you go.
Sounds
Like
good. An
sounds like
odd one. I think this is the first time in a bit that neither of us have picked a money line. I feel like I always get a few money lines or here and there, but I think a lot of the circumstances disqualified my money lines this week. And I think you had a money line 2 weeks ago when I didn't have one. So
Yeah, I had a couple of dogs on my sheet. I do have the Falcons on the money line. I think that may be a decent play. It's plus 150. I also had the Panthers out there over the Lions as a home dog, but none of those made the cut for my top five.
right, I had the Panthers. I had the Panthers written down, but I am trying to stay away from betting the Panthers. I'm trying to stay away from forcing bets on injured teams, and that was always a rule. And I've kind of noticed that I've gotten away from it at times. So I had the Carolina, and then without Christian McCaffrey, I pushed him out. So and then the other one I had was Arizona, but I disqualify Thursday night and Monday night games just on principle, just because I never trust what's going to happen with those weird time shifts and stuff. I've noticed a trend where it's harder to bet those Thursday and Monday night lines. They don't hold as true to what happens with that prime time.
Yeah, it gets funky. You're right.
Mm-hmm. So, sounds good. Let's wrap it up here. Scott, you want to tell us where we can find you?
You can find me at my YouTube channel or our YouTube channel over there at Winners and Winers. Of course, follow me at Steamroller on the Twitter. Check us out, winnersandwiners.com. It is a fantastic place for all things handicapping, deep dives into every game every single day. So there really is no other site like it. If you haven't checked it out, if you're looking for information on teams, it is the place to be. winnersandwonders.com. Yeah, that's about it for me, bud.
Always great. And of course, you can find me again, Twitch or Twitter, as you see up above there. Twitch or Twitter at Steehn Machine. It's spelled up there again. Or if you're looking for, I post these pics and a few more pics on www.rollingwithmachine.com. So you can find me there. Or as we mentioned earlier, I post my noon parlay and some other betting content on CG Sports at CG Sports RWTM for Rolling with the Machine. So
rolling with the machine.
exactly, Scott. I always appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
I'll see you in 10 minutes out here.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Have a great week. Good luck, everybody. Wish everybody nothing but luck on all of their plays. Appreciate you watching, of course. Yep. And check me out every single day over there at our YouTube channel on Winners and Wonders.
Of course, and we'll see everybody next week for a little Thanksgiving special, and then our normal stuff.
Take care.
Alrighty, see you guys.